Hello, welcome everybody. We're going to get started here in just a couple of minutes. We're going to let people trickle in for the next couple of minutes, but I'll give a quick introduction to myself. My name is John Harris, and I'll be moderating our Employer Resources webinar today for Bike Anywhere Week. I work as a iCommute account executive and a consultant to SANDAG, and I'm very excited to be presenting today for our webinar. And we're going to get started here, but first we're going to do a quick poll. So let's go ahead and bring up that first poll. And the question will be, have you participated in Bike to Work Day in the past? Just simple yes or no. Have you participated in a Bike to Work Day event or programming through SANDAG in the past? So we'll just give everyone another 30 seconds or a minute or so to fill that out. Oh, great. Here it looks like the results are in. It looks like 83% of folks have participated in a Bike to Work Day event in the past, while 17% had not. That's great to see. I'm happy to see so much participation in previous years' Bike to Work Day events. And for those of you who have not participated in Bike to Work Day in the past before, welcome to our programming. It's a little bit different this year. It's going to be Bike Anywhere Week, as you can see, but we're super excited to share all the great information and all of our programming with you. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So good morning once again, everyone. I'll give myself a quick introduction. Again, my name is John Harris, and I am an iCommute Employer Program account executive and a consultant to the SANDAG team. I want to thank everybody today for joining us. Really happy to see a lot of familiar names in the attendees list, as well as some new ones. So before we get started with the bulk of our presentation, I would just like to go over a quick few housekeeping notes. The first one, you will see a box on the right-hand side of your screen for asking questions. Please feel free to type any questions that you have in that box, and to save time, we'll have a question and answer segment at the very end of the presentation where we'll go over all of the questions that you have. And two, just to let everybody know, today's webinar is being recorded, and it will be shared on our website later today in case you'd like to watch it again or share it with any of your friends, family or colleagues who might be interested in the topics that we're going over today. So definitely feel free to share that with any of your colleagues. It will be posted later on our website. So without any further ado, I'd like to go ahead and start the presentation by going over our agenda. We're going to start, I'll be passing it off to Patty Talamantes here in a few minutes, who will give a brief overview of SANDAG and the iCommute program and introduce the Bike Anywhere Week campaign. Then I will review our e-toolkit resources that we've created to help encourage all of your employees to go by bike during Bike Anywhere Week. And then next, we will be joined by two of our colleagues and representatives from the San Diego County Bicycle Coalition, who will show you how to set up some fun biking campaigns and competitions for your employees using the Love to Ride platform. And then we'll wrap it all up with the question and answer segment at the end. So first off, I would like to go ahead and introduce my friend and colleague, Patty Talamantes, a fellow SANDAG iCommute account executive. Good morning, Patty. Patty, you are still muted right now if you'd like to unmute yourself real quick.
Sorry about the technical problems. I wasn't able to unmute myself. But hello, welcome, and thank you for joining us today. Can everybody hear me now?
Loud
Okay,
and
I'm
clear.
getting it. Okay, thank you. I'm Patty Talamantes, SANDAG iCommute Account Executive. I would like to share with you a little about SANDAG and the iCommute program. SANDAG, or San Diego Association of Governments, is the region's long-term planning agency made up of representatives from all 18 cities and the county. SANDAG is responsible for creating the long-term vision for the San Diego region and helps to answer questions like, what do we want our region to look like in the future? Where will we live? How will we get around? How can we grow in a way that fuels our economy, preserves our environment, takes everyone's needs into account, and still maintains our quality of life? iCommute is a transportation demand management program at SANDAG. iCommute encourages use of transportation alternatives to help reduce traffic congestion and greenhouse gas emissions. We assist commuters with transit solutions, a subsidized van pool program, information about teleworking, regional support for biking, and the Guaranteed Ride Home program, among others. We provide assistance to local businesses by helping them develop and implement customized employee commuter programs that lower costs, increase productivity, and help the environment. Our SANDAG Telework Assistant Program provides employers with free hands-on telework program consulting and resources to enhance and formalize existing telework programs to reduce congestion and greenhouse gas emissions. Now, I'm excited to tell you about SANDAG's Bike Month campaign for this year, Bike Anywhere Week. In effort to keep everyone safe, we are shifting gears for 2021. We've created a combination of self-guided bike activities and virtual events to encourage people to get out and ride safely. Bike here, bike there, bike anywhere. Go by bike to work, school, the store, the beach, or just around your neighborhood. Explore your community and discover why the San Diego region is one of the best places in the country to go by bike. We are encouraging everyone in the San Diego region to pledge to replace a car trip with a bike trip and go by bike from May 16th through the 22nd. People can take the pledge at icommutesd.com Bike Anywhere. Remember, you must take the pledge to be eligible for a free t-shirt. The Bike Anywhere Week t-shirt will be available for pickup at 8 to 10 locations throughout the county between May 8th and the 22nd. Participants can share a selfie in their SANDAG Bike Anywhere Week t-shirt for a chance to win a spot in the Pero Agel electric bike program, plus a safety gear courtesy of Rider Safety Visibility. We've got other great contests going on too. When you pledge by April 30th, you'll be entered to win a new bike, courtesy of the San Diego Bicycle Club. Each bike trip you log on Love to Ride during Bike Anywhere Week will count as an entry to win a new bike and other great prizes. Play REI's Bike Anywhere Bingo during SANDAG Bike Anywhere Week. Turn in your completed bingo card for a chance to win a new bike or other great prizes from REI. Just a reminder that you must be 18 years of age or older to be eligible for prizes or the free t-shirt. We've got a lot of fun events planned, including bike yoga, a bilingual bike safety quick check, a self-guided tours with story maps for participants to follow along. Be sure to check out iCommute SD Bike Anywhere for details on all the self-guided activities and virtual events. Now, I'm going to pass it over to John to tell us about the tools and resources that we put together for you to participate and help promote Bike Anywhere Week. John?
Excellent. Thank you so much, Patty. As you can see, we have a lot going on the week of the 16th through the 2nd. T-shirts, contests, prizes, bike yoga, opportunity to win a new bike. So there's tons of different ways that folks can get involved, take the pledge, enter to win our sweepstakes. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic week. So before I jump into some of the resources provided for everybody to get the word out to their employees and friends, let's go ahead and take a second poll. So the question in this poll is, have you ever used the platform Love to Ride before in the past? So go ahead and answer real quick. I'll give everybody about 30 seconds or a minute. All right, if you haven't answered yet, go ahead and take the last 5 seconds here. Alrighty, it looks like 17% of you have, oh, interesting, the numbers are flipped this time. It looks like 17% of you have used the Love to Ride platform before, while the majority of you, 83%, have not used the platform before, and that's totally fine. Later on in the presentation, we're going to be diving into the Love to Ride platform in great detail, how to use it, how to encourage others to use it, how to set up your employer account. So we'll have tons of information later on in the presentation, and we're more than happy to answer any questions that you might have about the Love to Ride platform at the end as well. So a lot of you are probably wondering, how exactly am I going to share all of this great information and prizes with my employees to make sure that they can get involved? Well, the SANDAG team has put together a great list of resources and toolkits that is all geared towards getting employees interested in Bike Anywhere Week and coding, preparing, and helping them participate in our programming for that week. So we have a lot of great information. I'll just kind of dive into each part of the e-toolkit right now, starting with the flyer. Created our flyer aimed to give you ideas about how to promote, prepare, and participate in Bike Anywhere Week. For example, you could create a socially distanced pit stop at your place of work. You could create some small office-based competitions with your own prizes or incentives, or perhaps make your own self-guided bike tour on top of the self-guided bike tours that we'll be having on our website. Offer prizes. The possibilities are really endless, and the flyer is really there to help you think of your own ideas, and it is available in both English and Spanish versions. Another great way to spread the news is to share our video with employees to encourage them to take the Bike Anywhere Week pledge. This is a great video. It's just a short featuring some of our elected officials and mayors from throughout the region, using their collective voice to help share the word about Bike Anywhere Week pledge. I really like this video because you get to see the bikes that the mayors are riding around. So it's great to kind of see their own personalities come through in their choice of wheels. You can also use our display ads to help promote the event on your own intranet website or external resources. You can also use the email header that we've created to help spice up your emails that you're sending out to your employees about Bike Anywhere Week and updates. We've also provided a short article regarding Bike Anywhere Week that you can post on your intranet or include in an upcoming employee letter. This article is a great way to share a little bit more information on Bike Anywhere Week programming and how you can get your staff involved all week long. Another great way to get the word out is social media to include background. You can see we created a cover photo that you can use to help spread on your social media without actually having to make any posts. On top of the cover photo, we've all created some really great social media posts that you can use on social media. You can customize use the graphics that we provided, or you can just kind of use it as a jumping off point to create your own social media posts regarding Bike Anywhere Week and post them on your internal and external social media channels. As you can see, we have a lot of really great resources in our e-toolkit, and all of these items found on our website at iCommuteSD.com/bikeanywhere. All of those toolkit resources right there at that website. It's iCommuteSD.com/bikeanywhere. Please feel free to use any and all of these resources. That's why we created them, to help you get the word out to your employees. Now I'd like to go on to the next part of our presentation. I'm going to be passing the mic off to Sylvie Froncek and Kevin Baross at the San Diego County Bicycle Coalition. Go over how to use the Love to Ride platform. Before we jump into that, we're going to do one more quick poll here. The question for this last poll is, what is your goal of employee participation percentage in taking the pledge for Bike Anywhere Week? So once again, what is your goal for the number of employees in a percentage from your organization? All right, let's take just a few more seconds here to respond to the poll. Awesome. So it looks like a majority of participants, about 58%, are looking for 1 to 25% participation. About a fifth of you, 21%, are looking for 26 to 50% participation. 13% are looking for 51 to 75%, and 8% are looking for 76 to 100%. These are great goals, and I would love to see everybody getting at least 50% participation. I think that's definitely possible using our e-toolkit and the Love to Ride platform. It's a great platform that really encourages folks to get involved. So now, without further ado, I'd like to go ahead and pass it over to Sylvie Froncek and Kevin Baross so that they can go over the Love to Ride platform.
Kevin, you want to kick it off?
Sure. So, welcome to a little lesson on Love to Ride. I was glad to see the percentages that I did see in the polls that we got. The first being that not a lot of people have used this before, and the second that I think probably goes hand in hand is that a lot of you were looking for only about 1 to 25% of your employees to sign up. I'm willing to bet that after you see what goes into Love to Ride, how interesting, exciting, and motivating it can be, those numbers go up. And if executed correctly, if promoted correctly, you'd be surprised with the engagement numbers that you do get. So let's jump right into it. Love to Ride is an online platform to get more people riding bicycles. Instead of everybody doing group rides all at the same time, all together, leaving at one time, instead we're riding separately, but still riding together, if that makes sense. So there's a lot of different benefits to this. Specifically, we're talking about reducing stress. Specifically, we're talking about improving mental health. Specifically, we're talking about things like more productivity. You're, healthier, you're more awake. Instead of just sort of dozing in the car on the way to work, you're up, you're active, you're breathing. And so bicycling itself is something that I'm willing to bet a lot of you already know the main benefits of: health, saving money, reducing stress, that kind of thing. So if we know that that's a good idea, then how do we get more people involved with that? How do we promote those benefits that we already know? Through Love to Ride. Love to Ride does a bunch of different things. They engage, they educate, and then they allow you to track the trips that you're taking. So through a central hub, the Love to Ride platform, you are logging rides. You are using behavior change. This is scientific, and it's essentially, I think it's motivated a lot of other people have used for a lot of different things. Whatever goal that you set, gamification, the increased, you know, setting goals for yourself, allowing yourself to get prizes, both, you know, imagined and, as you'll see, real prizes, is something that can absolutely help motivate you. So that, combined with the social aspect of, if I see my friends ride, I'm more likely to ride as well, those two things together result in increased participation, which I think is a great thing.
So I'd love to tell you
Go
about
ahead.
the challenges that we've got set up. So we did this in 2020. We launched Love to Ride San Diego County as a way to get people still engaged with biking. And we noticed that because of the beginning of the pandemic, really wanted something to do that felt like it was keeping them healthy and keeping them sane. Biking totally does both of those things. Definitely kept me sane the whole time. I set myself a goal of biking every day in May, and I think I met that. But what kept me on task was doing the Love to Ride challenge. So this is how the month-long challenge looks. Week 1 is all about new cyclists. And so maybe you haven't biked in a decade, maybe 2 decades, maybe you don't even know how to bike. But this is the week to begin inviting those kind of people out and getting them excited about Bike Month. We've got a Cinco de Mayo challenge in the middle of that. The next week is Family Week. So if you've got kids, if you've got some loved ones that you like going biking with anyway, check out Family Week. We've got classes about biking with kids, and we've got events specifically designed to encourage families. And you'll find out in a second that it's not all about getting out and biking. And that's what we think is so cool about this. It's mostly about motivation. It's about collaborating. It's about sharing social media. So this is why you all came. That let's see, week 3 is Sandag's week. That's all about bike commuting. You can bike any place you want. One cool statistic is that I believe it's something like 90% of people's trips they take happen within like 3 miles of home. It's something that, you know, it's bikeable. These bikeable distances that a lot of people get in an automobile and go to those places. They spend money, they spend gas, they spend time, when they instead could be building muscle, building stamina, you know, building all of the like emotional and physical health benefits of cycling and getting out. So bike any place you want that week. We'll talk about the huge selection of classes we have. And then finally, the last week is Women Trans Femme Week. So again, focusing on a population that we don't always see as much in cycling, and specific themed challenges to motivate those folks to get out too. So this is how you begin. Step 1, you need to sign up on lovetoride.net/San Diego County. It's just a website you go to. You can also download an app if you want to do this on the phone. They have a nice app version as well. The second thing you'll do is begin kind of playing as an individual. So you will get points as an individual. You'll be eligible to win things. You can also join a club. So if you bike with a cycling club anyway, a lot of those existing San Diego cycling clubs have a page set up on Love to Ride. And we love this because many of those cycling clubs stopped biking collectively in COVID. And this has been a way that they can still kind of log rides collectively. They can see who else is out doing things. And it's a cool way to stay connected, even if you can't safely bike in groups. But this is why you guys came. It was to find out about how to get an office set up on Love to Ride, how you can collect those points, and how you can even challenge somebody else's office. So Kevin, you want to tell us how to set up a profile page and what that looks like?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a good example here of what the profile page looks like. And when you are on this website, and I encourage, you know, go ahead and do that now, get the website ready to go after you sign up. It's fairly simple. But the first things to notice when you are setting up that profile page are, 1, the club that Sylvie mentioned, but also there are clubs for things that you wouldn't expect. So it's not necessarily a club that you've already heard of, it's an established club, but you could look for the name of your neighborhood. And then there's other people in your neighborhood that have started that club, and then you're part of that organization. It's, you know, the loose structure, and you can see other people in your neighborhood that are riding. People that ride beach cruisers, that's a club. People that ride mountain bikes, that's a club. So those are things you can join. And then specifically today, we're talking about workplaces. That's the focus. So signing up your workplace, joining your workplace, if it's already something that's signed up, is a way to feel more connected, and it's a way to get everyone involved and riding more together. the last thing to notice on this page that I didn't want to go past without mentioning is the stats. And so this isn't an app, this isn't a program which is focused on the number of miles that you ride. This isn't an app or a program that's even talking about how often you ride necessarily. The main focus is getting more people to ride, period. And so tracking those things is great. By doing certain activities, again, not necessarily riding 100 miles in a day, but by doing certain activities, you can win certain badges, which are, again, fun. They hit that little reward center in my brain. And so if I do certain things, then there's the badge you can see for Bike Anywhere Week, which is pretty exciting. So when we're talking about logging rides, there's a couple different ways to do it. The easiest is if you've already set up some sort of ride tracking program like Strava, and there's a whole bunch of these different types. That's something you can connect automatically. So for myself, I had already set up a Strava account, and that's something that I'd already used. So when I first joined the Love to Ride platform, I linked the two and then set it and forget it. And after a while, I went and logged back onto the Love to Ride page and saw all my rides automatically added, which was a nice thing. So friends of mine that I had invited to view my rides, coworkers of mine that I had, hooked up with and added to the profile page were able to see all the different rides that I did. And so in that way, they were able to give me high fives, we're able to interact, and everyone's a little bit more motivated. So when we're talking about the Love to Ride platform, we're focusing on workplaces. There are things that are about the app that you could do if you didn't have any workplace to join, I suppose. And there's aspects of that we'll talk about at a different time. And so today I just wanted to make sure that you knew that there are those individual focuses, but today we're talking about the workplace champions. So the last thing I'll say about this is that as an organization, you are signing up whoever's on there first is signing up the organization itself. And the reason for that is increased participation. You're seeing people that you know, and they're also doing it. And this is a substitute for, hey, coworker, do you want to ride to work on Friday? Sure, I'll meet at your house and we'll ride together. Instead of that specific thing, you're doing that same activity, but you're doing it virtually. You're earning points. There's a friendly competition that's happening, and this can happen across workplaces as well. So pharmaceutical company A versus pharmaceutical company B, and then you guys are competing for getting the most new riders to sign up, as opposed to competing for how many hundreds of miles can we ride in a weekend kind of thing. So this is a large platform. We're focusing on San Diego, obviously, because that's where we all are. So lovetoride.net/San Diego County is the place to go for that stuff. Sylvie?
So again, we'd love to invite you, if you have a device you can do this on, go to lovetoride.net/San Diego and begin to build this out. So this is how you would add an office. You can also add a team kind of in the same way. This is my profile page. So I've got a little editing button I can click next to my works at tagline. When I click that, I'm going to be able to type in my office. If I type it in, it might show up, it might exist anyway, but it might not. If it doesn't exist, you get to add it. So click to add a new office, and you basically just follow a couple of simple steps, but it's going to allow you to select the city the office is located in, maybe how many offices you have, and you'll also get to select the size of the office. So I think we have 7 kind of size tiers, which means that you won't be competing if you have a small office like 6 people against, a huge company that might have 1,000 people. So you get to kind of see this leaderboard fill up, and you'll see offices of the same size, and that's the place you can kind of build some friendly competition if you want. Also, if you want to have a little competition within the office, you can set up distinct kind of department groups. So that could be fun in a hospital setting. You can have, the night shift and the day shift. You could split up between, different distinctions in the hospital as well. So the office profile is going to look something like this. This is the San Diego County Bicycle Coalition's page. I put up the logo. It lists my name as the office champion only because I set it up, and I decided that I was the most excited to get people in my office to join. So that could be somebody else. At the moment, it's me. You'll also see how many people you have in the company that have signed up. So that's the place that participation goal you set shows up. You can set a goal, and we'll come back to what that means and kind of how to use that to motivate people. And then finally, you can see kind of individual by individual how many points people have. So beginning in May, people begin collecting points, and we'll talk about that in a second as well. So like I said, I'm the office champion, but anybody can be an office champion. I'm not the CEO, I'm not anything special. I'm just someone who likes bikes. So you might set up this account, and then you might decide somebody else is going to be the one who's excited to motivate people and to send out, you know, social media graphics and things. And so you can just assign them to be the office champion instead. But I think the key is, you know, get that account set up, bring a few people in, and then pass it off to somebody else if it's not something that you feel up to. But Kevin, can you tell us how to begin building a team and motivating people to get on this app and begin using it?
Yeah, I mean, I like to think that it sells itself, but that's because that's what I'm supposed to think. The reason that it really does sell itself, though, is we make it so easy. So it's first of all, I don't know if we emphasize this enough, but it's a free platform that you're signing up for, and you're using the resources that are provided there for you for free to get more people involved. Gamification helps, rewards help, peer pressure helps. That's a little bit of what this is. And so there are resources that are available on that website, like posters. There's resources that are available, like pre-written social media posts, all things that are focused on getting more people to ride, and specifically getting new riders on the bike. Someone who's got the bike in the garage, they haven't ridden it all year, you pull it out in May, and you know, you're replacing at least one car trip with a bike trip, which is a great thing. So promoting the challenge to staff, promoting the challenge to your coworkers. Again, they make it easy. There's an info button there at the top, and when that's clicked, you'll see what you see on the screen here. There's a little tab there called resources. And underneath that, again, has all these different things: social media assets, pre-written posts to invite people via email, pre-written signatures that you can put on emails, Facebook, Twitter, and whatever internal messaging service that you guys are using. The goal is to make it as easy as possible. You don't have to get creative if you don't want to. If you do, we encourage it. And you know, if you make your own cool poster, send it my way. I'd like to see that. So where are we? Yeah, workplaces, cool. So points are great. Again, I've mentioned this before, but I really want to emphasize the fact that this isn't a racing app. This isn't a program which is about who has the widest leg muscles. If that ends up being a result of your ride, then great. But we're focused on getting more people to ride. We're focused on encouraging people to ride who either ride already, but we want them to ride a little bit more frequently, or aren't riding at all and we want them to ride. You can see the points listed there for the top 3 organizations which have staffs between 500 and 2,000 people. So if you, as a small company with 10 or 15 employees, you're not going to be competing against the University of San Diego, but someone like Pfizer and the Port of San Diego would be in the same tier as the University of San Diego, so they'd be able to compare those points. And as you can see in the example, for riding, 1 mile equals 1 point, but 1 new rider equals 100 points. And that's just a new rider who's signing up. So it's highly weighted towards getting more people to ride who haven't ridden before. And that's the focus of the entire thing. How about prizes? We like prizes. I like prizes. The Love to Ride platform makes this easy for your workplace to get involved with this stuff. Gamification is great. I'm going to use that word 6 more times before I finish. Make sure you count. So there's gift cards that we give out. There's literally ways to win a new bicycle. And you, I presume, have heard of iCommute's Diamond Awards. By signing up employees and by your organization using this platform, there are points that you can earn towards that Diamond Award. So if you're just registering your workplace on Love to Ride, that's something that can get you those points, and getting a bunch of people to sign up helps as well. Show me prizes. Okay, cool. So, I mean, they're all listed here. So we got bike trailers, there's technology. Those are some bone conduction audio headphones, which are kind of cool. We got bags, we got toolkits, jerseys, bicycles, all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of organizations, both local and national, that have partnered with Love to Ride and have made it so that there are specific goals you can reach, not only just in points, but also in actual prizes that you can win, which is kind of fun.
So I'd love to
Go for
jump
it, Sylvie.
to tell you all, yeah, kind of how to win this stuff and how to find out what's going on each week. So if you look at the info tab, you'll see local prizes. The last slide we showed you was all the national stuff. So anybody who's playing any place will be eligible to win those national prizes, but it's the local stuff that you actually want to win. That's the cool stuff. We have like thousands and thousands of bucks of stuff to give away, including some of those amazing items that SANDAG iCommute was mentioning at the beginning. So how do you win this stuff? Check out that local prize page. It'll tell you each week what the challenge is and how to win, and then what you win. A lot of it is just about this motivational side though, because again, this is not a competitive app. This is mostly about socializing and fun and getting new people on bikes, because as we get more people on bikes, biking becomes a lot more safe in a city like this. So one way to win is by posting on Love to Ride. You have a space that you can basically build a community, and you can post photos, you can post stories. It's really actually kind of beautiful and motivational, and I'll show you some examples in a second. It's a cool way to connect with people again, especially because of COVID. I think we've all lost some of that social skill. So having a space like this to kind of see who's out doing what, get motivated by people, and then like give people high fives. It's got a button that you can actually high five people if you like something they've done. You can leave comments on people's photos. So within that office team, you have all these spaces to encourage people and chat with them. This is a little look at the selection of classes and events we have going on in tandem with Bike Month. So as you can see, the SANDAG iCommute week is the 16th to the 22nd of May, and that week is packed. Each day has a class. A lot of the stuff is just online classes you can tune into. Some of these classes will be on YouTube Live, so you can go back and watch them again. And we have a couple of real live events. So May 2nd, we have a self-guided bike ride, which means that you show up any time of day and you bike a route that we've kind of decided and created in advance. And you can win stuff just by doing that too.
Yeah, there's self-guided rides that are happening all throughout the month, and whenever you want, you'll be able to find those rides on iCommute's website when they are posted for Bike Month. And then again, sort of both the self-guided ride and the Love to Ride platform, and all of this is getting people to ride, feel like they're riding together, but still be able to ride separately. Getting new riders on bicycles, getting younger riders on bicycle, these are all parts of Bike Month. But I think one of the ways to do that is go to people where they are. And where they are oftentimes is at work. And by at work, I mean sitting in front of their computers. So in making this more of a game, gamification, like I said it more. Getting people motivated because their friends are riding, because their coworkers are riding, that work has been done for you. So if you're getting your employees to sign up, encourage them to explore the website. If you haven't done it already or are doing it now, then feel free to do so. There's all kinds of cool information on there, and it's something that we have found a lot of success with in the last year. I think that's it. Any final thoughts? Virtual high five. Pew. Cool. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kevin and Sylvie, and virtual high five back to you. I wanted to mention briefly real quick that for all of you iCommute Diamond Award participants, if you would like to get a Diamond Award for participation in Bike Anywhere Week this year, you do have to register your employer site as, through the Love to Ride platform and create that Love to Ride account to get a Diamond Award this year. For Bike Anywhere Week. So once again, if you want that Diamond Award point, just simply register your place of work in the Love to Ride platform, and we'll be sure to give you that Diamond Award point. Okay, great. So it looks like we have about 15 or 20 minutes here for questions. So if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the questions box on the right-hand side of your screen. But real quick, before we jump into the questions, we are very happy to share that in observance of Earth Month, iCommute is gifting the first 8 employers that registered for today's webinar with 25 trees planted in their organization's name. And those organizations are Cal State University San Marcos, the City of Carlsbad, the City of San Diego, Vertex Pharmaceuticals, Avison Young, Caltrans, San Diego Humane Society, and Grossmont College. So those 8 organizations and employers are going to be getting 25 trees planted in their name in observance of Earth Month. Thanks to them signing up for this webinar as the first 8 employers. So congratulations to those 8 employers. You'll see more information about that on the iCommute Facebook page and a shout out later on today. So let's go ahead and jump into the questions here. We're going to go ahead and bring up all of our panelists on the screen so that all of them can answer any questions that pertain to their area of expertise. So let's go ahead and start with the first question from Crystal Stokey. Are there challenges to include other office locations, not just in the San Diego area? So I think I'll pass this one off to Kevin and Sylvie.
Yeah, so this is just a San Diego County-based kind of web extension of Love to Ride, but you can find all of like the nationally and even globally competing companies. So I believe it's on, I think it's on the info page again, or it's on the results page of Love to Ride. You'll see a list and you can go by city, state, organization. You can kind of look up any locations and places to see who else is doing this. We usually have about 15 to like 30 different cities involved in Love to Ride. Bike Month, that is.
Awesome. So just because they might not be able to participate in the San Diego County programming, there might be something going on in their location as well. So feel free to share that with any of your satellite offices or partner offices. There might be something going on in their area as well. That was a great question. Thank you, Crystal. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one from Lisa Ferris. Can employees sign up to take the pledge without using the Love to Ride platform? I'll answer this one real quick and then I'll pass it off to Patty afterwards for any further clarification. The quick answer to that is yes, you can most definitely take the pledge on the SANDAG iCommute website without using the Love to Ride platform. In fact, we're encouraging everybody to take the pledge, whether they have a place of work or not. However, if you want your employer or your place of work to get that Diamond Award point towards this year's Diamond Awards, you will have to register through the Love to Ride platform. So quick answer, yes, definitely you can take the pledge, but we definitely are encouraging you also to log on to the Love to Ride platform, log those rides, connect with your friends, and I'll pass it off to Patty if she wants to add anything else.
No, I think you covered it pretty well, John. You can take the pledge on our website, and there will also be other forms in participating with our contest. And but the main one for right now for the t-shirt is taking the pledge.
Excellent, thank you. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next question here. I see a question here. Remind me how we can access the emails and posters, etc. So you can find all of the resources that we went over in our e-toolkit on our iCommute website. That's sdicommute.com/bike anywhere. Once again, that's sdicommute.com/bike anywhere. And you can find all the information on Bike Anywhere Week, our list of e-toolkit resources, all of the events and programming going on that week. So you can find just a myriad of resources on that website, things that we've covered in today's webinar and beyond. So that was a great question. Once again, that's sdicommute.com/bike anywhere.
iCommuteSD.com.
My apologies, yes, iCommuteSD.com. Thank you, Kevin. So I'll say that one more time since I messed it up the first few times. iCommuteSD.com/bike anywhere. Thank you for that clarification, Kevin. Alrighty, let's go ahead and move on to the next question here. I see a question, similar question, where can I find the materials? iCommuteSD.com/bike anywhere. Here's another question. What other ideas can you share that we can do to engage with employees working from home and/or working in the building. So in the flyer, there's definitely some great ideas that you can find for engaging employees who are working from home or working at an office location. You could create your own prizes and incentives, or through the Love to Ride platform, you can create some shared goals for your place of work. For example, we want to log this many trips, have this many new riders during Bike Month or during Bike Anywhere week. And if we make that goal, we'll have, you know, a pizza party or an ice cream socially distanced social or something like that to encourage folks to log on to the Love to Ride app and log those rides. So there's other ideas that you can find on the flyer as well. Just off the top of my head, you could create a socially distanced pit stop at your place of work. Just make sure to follow health guidelines, social distancing, mask wearing, hand sanitizer, hand washing locations and stations. Make sure you're keeping everybody safe. But you can definitely have some programming at your place of work. And definitely the best way to get people involved who are still working from home is to create that Love to Ride account for your employer, invite people through Facebook or through email, get as many people logged in as possible to your Love to Ride platform, and have folks sharing all of their rides, logging their rides. They can win prizes through SANDAG's Bike Anywhere week and through Love to Ride's platform. So there's plenty of times that they have opportunity to get prizes. Does anybody else have anything to add for that question?
Yeah, the only other thing I'd say is just, I mean, the goal I think is to make it as easy as possible and put as few barriers in between. I feel like maybe this is a good idea, and now I'm on a bicycle. And so the pre-written posts are great for that. And then even more broadly, I guess, even is, you know, if you as the person who's trying to motivate these people, what's the bike shop that's closest to your place of work? What's the bike shop that's closest to where a lot of your employees live? What cool bicycle videos are there on the Bicycle Coalition's YouTube page that you can share with people, just off the top of my head. So getting people excited in the same way that you get them excited about anything else, and making it easy and removing those barriers, anticipating the questions that people may have, and providing answers to those before they ask them, I think are also great ways to do it.
And John, I would just like to add as well, we want to make all our sweepstakes as inclusive as possible. So employers, check our website periodically. We will have more information for each sweepstakes that we have as to how your employees can participate. So check our website often.
Excellent. Thank you all for adding to that question. Those were some really good points. So let's go ahead and move on to the next question here. When using the Love to Ride platform, how can we see the progress our employees are making by logging trips? So I'll pass this over to Kevin and Sylvie.
Excellent question. So with that, all you do is go to the business profile page. So on when I access it, usually I'll log into my profile page. I log in automatically. Next to my name, I can click the office. And on my office page, on my business profile page, you'll see a full list of all the people who have signed up. And then it'll organize them by how many points they have, how many miles they've done, how many people they've encouraged. But yeah, it's really simple to see that. And like Kevin and John said, you can go on that page and you can, like, you know, shout out to the people that have signed up. I was just talking to the San Diego Mountain Biking Association. They had a bunch of bike lights they wanted to give away. And instead of doing that as a full-on like Love to Ride challenge, who signs up within the Mountain Biking Association's Love to Ride page will be able to win that stuff just by them independently seeing like who's going out, who's biking, who's posting photos.
Awesome. That's great. I love to hear that. I know I'm getting excited for Bike Anywhere week already. Great. So let's move on to the next question here. For the people who win the prizes, how will people know that they've won? So I'll pass this one off to Patty.
Thank you, John. If you have entered to win a prize, again, we have our terms and conditions posted on our website, but you will be notified if you are a winner by our communications team.
Awesome. So, yes, so they'll definitely be getting notified via the SANDAG team.
Yes.
Great. I think this is another question for you, Patty. Will Bike to Work Day happen again next year?
So yes, Bike Anywhere Week is the safest way we could celebrate this year, but we are hoping to have Bike to Work next year and celebrate our 30th anniversary, which we were unable to do this past year. So yes, Bike to Work Day, 30th anniversary next year.
I'm looking forward to that t-shirt. I want that t-shirt.
Yes, it's awesome.
Totally.
Thank you.
And I want the Bike Anywhere Week t-shirt for this year as well. I love the design
Yes.
on it with the arrows pointing. Just bike
It's
anywhere you
awesome
want.
too. Quite a commemorative.
Yes,
30th.
definitely. So there will be a Bike to Work Day again next year. Great question. Thank you. Next question here, will this presentation be available to view again? Quick answer to that is yes. We'll be posting this on our website later on today, so you can definitely watch it all again if you missed something, or if you want to share it with some friends, family, or colleagues that you think might be interested in the content that we went over. We'll definitely be posting it later today on our website. And it looks like someone's still having trouble finding the toolkit. So if you go to the website iCommutesd.com/bike anywhere, you should be able to find the e-toolkit and our list of resources for getting information out to your employees there. That's iCommutesd.com/bike anywhere. Great. So here's another question for our friends at the San Diego County Bicycle Coalition, Kevin and Sylvie. Can my company add incentives in the platform for my employees to earn? If so, is it easy to do?
Yeah, that's such a good question. So what that would look like is, you communicating with people in the company and setting up what that's going to be. On the office profile page, you have a little button at the top that says send a message, and you can communicate with all the people who have signed up. That's also the place you can set a goal. You can set goals in tacos, you can set goals in slices of cake, you can set goals in CO2 emissions. So I would, just do it independently through that office profile page. It might take a couple additional emails to people just to get them like really going and motivated, but you basically have a whole message board that just belongs to you.
Yeah, I think the Love to Ride platform is focused on tracking. And so it's tracking rides, it's tracking how many people you got to sign up, it's tracking all these different factors. And then what you do with that information is at least somewhat up to you. So as Sylvie said, and when you're playing around on the Love to Ride platform, absolutely look into, you can track how many tacos you've burned in calories, which I think is probably my favorite one to do. But if you wanted to set up your own challenge internally, you would say, hey, team, when we burn this many burritos worth of bicycle calories, then it's very easy to track how many times that's happened and how that progress is going. And so again, internally, you'd be able to communicate that to your team, and everyone has the same access to that information. So they're all able to see. That's sort of the point, is you're motivating each other. So if I see my coworkers doing more, then it makes me able to do more, or more motivated to do more. And so you can set up, your own internal motivational scheme, however you'd like to.
Awesome. Thank you, Kevin and Sylvie. And I just got confirmation from our SANDAG marketing team that the e-toolkit list of resources will be up on the website later on today. They're just putting on the finishing touches. So that will be available later on today at iCommutesd.com/bike anywhere. They're just putting on the finishing touches right now, so it'll most certainly be up there later today.
I do see that Bike Anywhere Week video that's up and is very entertaining and fun to share.
Yeah, I really love that video. It's just great to see all the mayors' personalities shine through their bicycling choices. Great, so here's another question, I think, for Kevin and Sylvie. Can you recommend a few ideas to get employees on bikes who don't already ride for fun?
Yes. So, yeah, you mentioned ride for fun. And that's interesting. Yeah, because I mean, there's all these different organizations in San Diego that focus on riding bikes, and we as the Bicycle Coalition focus on using the bike to get from point A to point B. And I think one of the things that helped me ride more is, as Sylvie mentioned, there's a percentage of trips that you take throughout the day that are less than 3 miles, and that percentage is much higher than you'd think. And so the goal for Bike Month and Bike Anywhere Week is to get more people on bicycles. But as a whole, I think it's to pick the type of transportation that matches the trip that you're taking. In San Diego, we've got buses, we've got trolleys, we've got all these other options, we've got van pool, we've got rideshare, and iCommute helps with a lot of those different things. And so we're focusing on bikes today, and that's great. Getting people out of the bike and getting them away from the default of reaching for the car keys every single time you leave the house can open your mind to a whole bunch of different options that you have. And so getting the bike out of the garage, cleaning it off, and going for a 50-yard ride down the block and back again, that's 50 yards further than anybody else is going that's not even leaving the house. So start small. It doesn't have to be that you sell all your clothes and wear only neon spandex. There's small steps that can be taken, and it doesn't require a whole lifestyle change. It's just a little bit at a time.
I'd love to add to that too. I think for a lot of people, like, it's not that they don't want to get out and bike sometimes. Like, maybe they biked as a kid and that was a lot of fun, but San Diego is an intimidating city to bike in. Like, even with all the bike lanes we have, it's just, we have a huge like culture that's all around automobiles. So for me, moving to San Diego in 2018, it was really about like developing the skills that made me feel confident, because I wanted to go out. I just didn't feel like I had those tools yet. So that's the place that I think like all those Bike Anywhere week classes can be really helpful and good confidence boost. Checking in with a local bike shop if you have a bike, and just like checking, knowing that it's safe. That's a big confidence thing for people, is like, I have this bike, I would use it, but I haven't taken it out of my garage in ages. So I'm not just gonna like climb on it and go. And then also back to the Love to Ride page, on the info section, it's got a list of tips, it's got a list of events, it's got a list of classes, plenty of like useful stuff you can kind of direct people to. And when people join Love to Ride, they'll get specific emails based on how involved they want to be and what kind of cycling they do now. So if somebody signs up and says, I'm totally new to biking, this is the kind of biking I hope to do, this is what my goal is, they'll just see kind of emails that come in from Love to Ride occasionally that will, guide them to the tools that they need.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And we've mentioned this before, but the Love to Ride platform is all about encouraging new folks to get on their bike, take a quick ride around the block, ride to the store, ride to their friend's house. It's not like Strava or Garmin or some of those other biking apps that are really about logging miles and competing with other people. It's really more about creating that behavior change and encouraging folks to just get out on their bike. Like Kevin mentioned earlier on in the presentation, the points are highly weighted towards getting new riders out on their bikes, and that's done on purpose. It's really the Love to Ride app is really about getting new folks out on their bike, and so just creating your employer account and inviting people onto it, and everybody seeing their friends and colleagues on the employer account already, and getting high fives and encouragement from their fellow staff and colleagues can really go a long way in just dusting off that old bike in the garage or in the guest room and getting out on it for a quick ride around the block. So I think that finishes up and concludes all of our questions. If anybody has any questions, definitely post it in the chat. I want to make sure that we cover all of the questions that everybody has, but I'll just remind everybody, May is Bike Month, and Bike Anywhere Week will be happening May 16th to the 22nd. We have a lot of great programming and events going on that entire week, and also just that entire month for Bike Month. You can find all the information at iCommuteSD.com/bikeanywhere. Take the pledge on our website, create your employer account through the Love to Ride platform. There's tons of prizes and sweepstakes that you can sign up for and get your chance to win. Everybody who pledges is eligible for Bike Anywhere Week t-shirt that you'll be able to pick up at locations throughout the county. Ride your bike there, even better, pick up your t-shirt. I know I'm looking forward to getting my t-shirt. But yes, thank you all so much for participating in our webinar today. It will be posted on the iCommute website later today. And I'd just like to thank you all once again for participating, and happy riding. Thanks, everybody.